Welcome to Juliet's Journeys. Thank you for... There are some of you that have been here with me since I started 9 months ago. And there's been times I've been all over the place. And that's okay. Because I had left a toxic situation, as you all know. And I was healing, and the healing journey is messy, and it's confusing, and it's chaotic, and that's okay. So for those of you that have seen me change both physically and, well, otherly, yeah, so I think sometimes when we're in a healing journey, like for me, I completely changed my diet, my routine, my exercises. I've lost 33 pounds, which was a lot of efforting. And it's not even just about the physical things that have changed. It's about the inner work. It's about the healing psychologically, emotionally, and it's incredible. The nervous system, I think, takes a hit a lot when we've endured traumatic events in our life. And I know this YouTube channel was extremely important to me, extremely, because I went through so much alone, and I had always poured into other people, and as you know, I was the fixer. I'm not that anymore. I have healthy boundaries. I know my worth. I have self-love and self-respect. So a lot has changed. I'm not the person I was before. Not the aspect that I was before. I'm still a person, human being. I just know that so many of us, I have not met anyone who's had it easy, I've not met anyone who's had things handed to them on a silver platter. I'm not saying that those people don't exist. I don't know them. And that's okay, because we all are here doing the best we can, and we're all just walking each other home. And we all have different experiences, but yet we have similar experiences. It's just the way we perceive them is different. This channel was important to me because when I was going through so much just alone, it could get to be a dark place. And there were times that that light at the end of the tunnel was barely a sliver. And I thought, you know, it's made me stronger, it's made me more resilient, and it's made me realize who I am, what I am, and what I have to offer in this world. But it was difficult. And while I know that we can't save anyone, like we can't do the work for other people, but as we heal ourselves and they see the goodness that we get from that, maybe it motivates them to heal themselves. And as a healer, that's what it is about for me. Because I know I can't heal you, and I know I can't save you, but by healing ourselves, other lives can be saved and other people can be healed. And this channel is changing because I'm changing, but there's so much knowledge in front of me, in me, and not just with experience, but with wisdom, with age, with experiences in life, and making choices that were not healthy which brought me to healthy choices. So I really want, it's important to me to be a positive for humanity. And this is what I decided that I want to try with this channel. I'm not going to try, I'm just going to do it. How's that? I took Eckhart Tolle's 5-month course on becoming a teacher of presence. I've read his book, The Power of Now, multiple times. I've read The New Earth. And reading is important because the energy that is in the books that we read can get in us and on us, right? Because everything is energy. But I'm now going to college to be a Chinese plant medicine practitioner. I think it rounds out a lot of the other courses that I have taken, like being a spiritual life coach or just simply a life coach, Eckhart Tolle's becoming a teacher of presence, and just everything I've learned and experienced, and the becoming or being, just being, really just being the essence of who we are. So one of the books that was assigned in one of my courses is called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And I wanted to share this with you because I've done videos where I have said, who are you? Who are you? Know who you are. It's the I am that I am. It's the Christ consciousness, the Buddha nature, the awareness. It's the enlightened part of us, the higher soul. But this is the Untethered Soul, for those of you that have not read it. This is on page 28. It starts by saying, who are you? And the answer was, I am the one who sees. From back here somewhere, I look out and I am aware of the events, the thoughts, and the emotions that pass before me. So when we get grounded within ourselves, in our body, just feel your hands, feel your feet. It's so important if you've been in trauma, to reconnect with the body. I cannot stress that enough. I mean, I know we are not the body, but we have a body. But if we're going to heal the psyche, the emotion, we have to reconnect with all aspects of us. It's like Carl Jung's shadow work. You have to face that. We have to face those sides of ourselves. So it says, just as you effortlessly look outside and see all that you see, you will eventually sit far enough back inside to see all your thoughts and emotions, as well as the outer forms, the physical form. All of these objects are in front of you. The thoughts are a little bit closer in, the emotions are a little bit further away, and the form is even further away. So our thoughts are right here, then we have our emotions, and then we have the outside. Behind all that, there you are. There you are. You go so deep that you realize that's where you've always been. This is why that technique was so important to me, because it worked for me to realize the awareness that I am. And one of the things that also helped me was Muji Baba, when he was talking about the two birds. He said, you have one bird sitting on a branch, just sitting there, and it's observing, and it's watching this other bird who's fluttering around, building this nest, getting everything ready, and the second bird's just sitting there. And I thought, what about the third bird? There was an awareness within me that there was a third bird. And that is, to me, the Brahman, the God, the source, the creation. And the second bird that was sitting on the branch was watching. That's the higher self, the awareness, the consciousness. And the bird that was fluttering around doing all this busy work would be like our humanness, our human form. So Muji Baba always talked about these two birds, but it was frustrating because I was like, well, what about the third one? And so when I read this and The Untethered Soul, this really kind of brought it together for me. It says, this is like Now you are in your center of consciousness. You are behind everything, just watching. That's the second bird. This is your true home. Take everything else away and you're still there, aware that everything is gone. So this is what we call the Buddhist self, the Hindu Atman, in the Christ solar, the Christ consciousness. That is the second bird, sitting on the branch, watching everything. That second bird is the awareness, the truth of who we are. But behind that is the creator without created. We are a spark of that God, Brahman, Supreme Being, Creator, Source, Universe, Intelligence, Higher Power. That created, we are a spark of that. And the biggest spark of that is the Atman, the Christ consciousness, the Buddha nature, the awareness, the consciousness, the higher self. So when I say I am that I am, the I am is that I am. And this was important to me because it helped me find the truth of the essence of who I am. Here's something that I have noticed. Since I have been taking care of the physical vessel, since I've been guided on what to eat, what not to eat as far as consuming, since I've been aware that I can say intention over my food to cleanse it and purify it before it enters the vessel body. Since I've known through our brother Jesus, doesn't matter. I'm not preaching to you. I just feel like Jesus is our brother and he was here to teach us what we're capable of doing. And I've been following him and Mary Magdalene and the Rose Codex. And I'll get into like my tattoos because I've had my tattoos for years. And then I found out about the Christ consciousness and the Rose Codex. And I thought, how ironic that these are the tattoos I chose to get prior to even knowing these other aspects that I'll get into at a later date. Here's what's important, that since I've been speaking intention over the water that it will purify me and cleanse me and detox in this body, and that it's pure, it's almost as if I'm aging backwards. I've been working out, eating healthy, and even when I don't eat healthy, because I like ice cream and I like cheesy potatoes, and it's like pre-made cheesy potatoes, so it's preservatives, not even the healthy kind. So sometimes I get on these unhealthy food kicks. Well, it's ice cream though. But I still intend that only the proper vitamins and nutrients and the purity of that product will be beneficial to this body. Those are the only parts of that food product that are allowed to penetrate any part of this body. All the other parts that are unhealthy will be removed. So that's the power that we have. And I think the more people realize that we've been playing small because we've been taught to. Okay, so here's something too. There's something I feel around the end of this month that has the potential to be devastating to humanity. This is not doomsday. This is not fear-based. Sometimes things seem like they're getting worse before they get better, and sometimes things need to fall apart to fall into place. And I feel like that's what's coming. I feel that's what's coming. There's been an inner knowing about this. I don't like to give dates, because the more people that become aware and awakened, the more positive energy, the higher the vibration, the higher the frequencies, the less we're going to see the darkness and the negative polarities. You have positive polarity and negative polarity, and the vibrational difference sometimes gets so vast that one can't touch the other. And if a whole bunch of people become enlightened, awakened, and aware, it's going to be such a drastic shift that it's going to be okay. Either way, it's going to be okay, I promise. I promise. It's going to be okay. Everything will be wonderful. We are being put in a position, I think we're being guided by the universe, because it's almost like if you've been shown, or you've been getting these inclinations that you're supposed to be doing something or not, or you're supposed to stop doing something, and you don't listen, the universe has a way of making it happen anyway. If you don't listen to your intuition, and the creator universe, God, has to step in, it's almost like you get a spanking, right? You get universal spankings. But it's to keep us on track. It's because we're needed. There's going to be a lot of us that are needed at this time to step into our power and to show the way, to be the way showers. And as healers, which is really just guides and pointers, the time is coming. I can feel it. Like I said, I don't like to give dates, but I feel like it's going to be during this eclipse at the end of August. I don't know. I do, but I don't. Anyway, so I think in one aspect, we need to get back to the way things were, where people were self-sufficient. They had their own gardens, they had their own chickens, whatever it was. Like, I look at like the way of the Native Americans and the way they cultivated and cherished the land in Mother Earth and all the beings and creatures of it, and the way they cultivated it and were self-sufficient, and whenever they took, they gave back. And I think we need to tap into that and get back to that to a certain extent. But I also realize that with technology, we've exceeded that in some aspects. I honestly see in my visions and my glimpses and my glimmers that there is a way to incorporate the technological advancements that are going to enhance the ways of the past, of the self-sufficiency, of the growing of our gardens, and our being self-sustaining with our foods, and knowing how healthy they are because we're the one that produced them and harvested them, planted them, let them grow. And here's one thing that I heard. I don't know how to prove or disprove this, but it said, if you take a seed before you plant it and you put it in your mouth and like get a little saliva on it and then plant it, that plant will know what your body is lacking, and it will grow to almost be in tune with what your body's lacking. So if you have, I don't know how to prove or disprove this, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Take a seed, you put it in your mouth, you get saliva on it, you plant it in the ground, and say you're deficient in vitamin A. If that plant has the ability to grow and provide that vitamin, it will provide us with what we need. So maybe it's just a story. It's a really good one though. I think that it's just important at this point in this shift with what's about to change that this channel be more educational, not even, I'm not going to say that again. That this channel, as I heal, you get to see what you're capable of as well. And the things that I'm learning through college, I will be putting out there as well. I'm going to share the knowledge, the experience, the growth, the wisdom, because I think that's what is needed at this time. And not only that, like, there's times that I'll still share stories, but when I was telling the stories, really it was you guys were getting to know me through what I've been through. But I want to get to know you as well. You're my tribe. You're my people. And not very many people leave comments, and that's okay. I'm not much of a comment leaver myself. But those of you that have been with me since the beginning, oh my gosh, I so appreciate you. I so appreciate you. And I hope that this channel is giving to you something, anything that you need. If nothing else, a story of some woman who rants and raves about her life. I don't know. I just know that I want to shift gears now and be more here. More here. More here. So things are going to change. People are going to feel devastated when they find out some truths that are coming out with the church. And faith and religion is really going to be shook. And as people that are awake and aware, we're going to be called upon. We're going to be needed. Because if you've been through any kind of awareness and awakening, and you've switched gears from religion more to spirituality, you know what I'm referring to. When you had to face dogmatic, abusive beliefs. When what you thought was true was proven wrong, and it was devastating. Sometimes the truth can leave us feeling devastated, but that's important too, because through that devastation we learn perseverance and preservation and our strength and our resilience. And if I can do it alone, we can do it together. We can do it together. You matter to me. You are important. You are deserving just for the fact that you're here. You don't have to do anything to deserve. You already automatically are just for the fact that you are here. And I want to point people or guide them in the direction of who we truly are, the power that we are, the essence and the beingness that we are. But we have to stay grounded in the body, not in the chaotic mind, not in the abusive thought patterns that so many of us have, not in the chaotic emotion. I gotta think of really good titles. I've been told my titles are what's holding me back. I like to be authentic, so I don't want to give this catchy title to get people to come in and then have the title not have anything to do with what I've talked about, because that seems like trickery. It's not very authentic. So, yeah. If I put titles up and you guys have suggestions of what I could change the title to, I'm open to it. I don't like to have to play games to get the truth out. I swear to God, I get like 10 spammy calls a day. It's frustrating. Unless you're someone that wants to talk to me as a personal human being, stop calling me. Let's set that intention. The only people allowed to call me are people that want to have personal, intellectual, esoteric, metaphysical conversation with me, or unless it's something to do with like my school or something important like that. If you are trying to sell me something or try to tell me I have to vote or give my opinion on a survey, don't call me. Thank you. Have a very, very wonderful and lovely day. Thank you.